Hi, all. This is Dr. J, streaming live from Long Island, New York, where the weather was rainy, just like they said it would be. It rained on Dr. J, but it didn't rain on my parade. What rained on my parade was a couple of nasty biotech stocks that did me in today. I took a hit with CNAT after hours on bad data. They flunked their endpoints. That's going to sting, cut in half. I don't like to lose 50% of my money, but it's not the first time it's happened to me. Fortunately, it's not a big investment. What are you going to do? Athersys, on the other hand, was up about 5 cents, one of my larger investments. Made me feel a little better, but Actinium was down. Actinium is one of my larger investments. That was down 3 pennies. I'm going to give you the recap, not just of what I own, because that could be boring because you don't own it. I'm going to give you a recap of a lot of different biotechs. I'm going to give you a recap tonight of the indices, charts of the Dow, charts of 7 different stocks, mostly biotech, one pot stock that we never, ever talked about before, and we're going to chart that one. That one looks interesting. And what else? We're going to chart about the Apple. Apple, Kramer says never sell, right? Never sell Apple. Wonder what he was saying when it was 160 not too long ago. I got to record that guy, make sure he's consistent in what he says. Anyway, as always, do your own due diligence. My opinion is strictly my own and do not constitute investment advice. Seek an investment advisor if you care to follow any of my great ideas, or do your own due diligence and work it out. Make sure you know what you're doing, because Dr. J has some great ideas, but as I just explained to you, I also have some clunkers. I just gave an example of one that clunked. Okay? So I have great ideas and then I have clunkers. And even my great ideas are only great if you play them right, and that's up to you. Like Biopath, which we were talking about at 4 or 6, I don't remember. I know I got in at 4. And we watched it run to 73 and didn't have the brains to sell at 73. Not that I didn't have the brains, I was at the gym. It all happened too quick. I sold about half in the 30s, and then I sold some more in the 20s, and I'm left with just a very small amount. We'll talk about Biopath. That's one of the stocks I charted tonight. So we're going to talk about a lot of different things. Let's get started, okay? Do the recap first. So I will run down the list. Apple was up 782 to 195. As you recall, 195.98, I'm sorry. As you recall, for the last 2-3 weeks, Dr. J was telling you all that 195 is the target. It hit its target. The question is, what now? What now for Apple? Or what next? All the pot stocks were pretty much down today, including ACB, which had been on a tear. But ACB, like all the others, gave back a bunch to 958. You know what? I'm going to switch to my brokerage account. I was looking at the StockTwits prices, and they reflect after hours trading. I'd rather not reflect that, especially when it comes to CNAT. So let's start differently. We'll start with the Dow now. Up 0.8%, 216 points to 25,962. That's pretty nice. That's a pretty nice doggone move, right? Yeah, nice move. However, it didn't take out the 26,241 that I said it should take out. And that was my precondition for not going down. Got to take that out. So it doesn't take that out over the next few trading days. I say the market will give back 1,000 points or more. I don't like the flattening of the curve. Did I tell you I didn't like the flattening of the curve? I think I did. I think I spoke a lot about it yesterday. Apple, we said, was up 693 to 195.09. So a little different than stock twits. ACB down 24 pennies, 2.5% to 957. Advaxis up 2%. I'm going to tell you the percentage gains. Try to go through this quicker. AFMD, another hot little biotech, had been hot, down 3.7% to 418. Advanced Micro continues to soar. It's proving its backers to be right and the shorts to be wrong. This has been a real battleground stock, AMD, and it was up another 8.5% to 27.89. Amarin down another 1.3% to 18.76. I still think that should be taking out the $23 high. I don't know why it's still trading down where it's trading. Amazon continues to zoom up 22 points, 1%, 18.19. I know my target was 1780. I would have been very happy to have been out at 1780. Afria, of course, I sold in the 1600s after a measly couple of 100-point gain. Afria down 0.6%. ARWR up almost 3% to 19. So it broke 19, a good sign for ARWR. Athersys had been up 10 pennies, closed up a nickel to $1.62, 3.18%. I'll take that. I don't like giving back a nickel, but it's heading in the right direction. Actinium is heading in the wrong direction. Down every single day lately, another 6%, 3.5 pennies to 51.5 cents. I'm afraid that there's financing dilution. Something's brewing of a negative nature with Actinium. I know I'm supposed to sell. I don't know if I will. Sometimes I don't do what I'm supposed to do and I get burned for it. Sometimes I don't do what I'm supposed to do and it works out super. All right. Let me skip down a little bit to BABA. BABA was flat to 181.50. Biopath down another 15%. It's painful. Even though I have very little left, it's still painful. 18.48, down 3. Ooh, I shut it for all those who bought in the 70s, 60s, 50s and didn't sell. Oh boy, even if you bought in the high 20s and didn't sell, you're suffering a pretty good loss. Okay, so will it come back? We'll take a look at the charts, see what they say. Biotime down 1% to $1.62. CGC, another pot stock, 46 even, down 1.77. CNAT closed at 291 during the rated regular session, trading at $1.40 to $1.43 in the after hours. What a hit, more than half. That's what happens when you don't meet your endpoints. They're partnering with Novartis. Will they continue trials? I don't know. Salesforce.com had a good day, up 2%, 3.5 points. Kronos down 3.4%, 2054. It is now selling what I think is below value, below its value. below the value that Atria puts on it. CVM down a nickel. CYTK took it on the chin down $1.35 to 8.84. Is it time to get in to CYTK? We'll take a look at the charts on that one. Denali took a big hit, 7% to 2032. That's also a gene modification stock, just like Voyager. Editas, gene editing stock, along with CRISPR, that was up 2.5%. Nice move for Editas to 24.74. What else? Facebook inched up to 166. FIT, congratulations, back over 606. It was a tough fight to get back over 6. What does it do from here? I'd love to chart FIT, but I didn't have the time. Geron made a nice move today, up 6 pennies to $1.83. I'd love to chart that one, but I don't have the time. These are stocks to watch. The IBB was down 1%. That explains some of the hit I took, but not all of it. Let's look. What's worth mentioning here? NEO flat on the day, 584. Oncocyte, OCX, down 2% to 363. ONCS, down 1% to 52. Planet 13, nice move, 7%, a dime to $1.46. I keep mentioning that one. I should chart that one. That's the Las Vegas marijuana distributor. I haven't been to Vegas lately since it's legal. I wonder if it's changed the scene at all. Plug Power down 3% to 254. Prothena down again to 1330, down 34 pennies. Qualcomm inching up 61 more pennies to nearly $58. Remember, I said it's a great buy at 53. It'll make 60 before 50, and it looks like that's happening. But did I do it? No, I said it's too slow. Too slow. It's happening pretty quick. The Russell was flat on the day. CLO's down 3.5%. Sesson down a big 6% to 90 pennies. That one hurts. Not me, because I don't own it, but it hurts those who do own it. Snap did flat on the day at $11. Constellation Brands up 5 to 169.39. That one is a very good buy on the dips. It seems to dip to 160, go up to 170. Might be able to play that swing. I ought to chart that one. TEUM, big hit today, down 9% to 470. Glad I got out of that one. I made a nice profit on that one too. Tilray, 70.25, down 50 cents. That's about where I sold it. Tandem back on track, up $2 to 73.50. The beast is roaring. Tesla flat on the day. Viking up 12% to 9.28, up $1. Voyager up 3.7%, 66 pennies to 18.75. Watt up 7%, 622 the close on the day. And XXII was flat. I just want to mention Zynerba Pharmaceuticals, ZYNE. This is when I charted, down 1% on the day to 615 after having a tremendous run. I think it's a medical marijuana play. Not even sure the fundamentals on it. But it was a request stock, so I charted it. I had a lot of requests. I couldn't honor them all. Maybe tomorrow. We're going to go to the video charts and take a quick look and call it an early evening at 9:10. How early is that? Not too early. We're going to share screen. That looks good. The Dow is loading, and it had a nice day today, more than making up for its pullback yesterday. Little slow to load, that's okay. Notice it's trading within its channel, within its, between the horizontal double lines. So it's between support and resistance. The really interesting thing about the Dow is it made an engulfing today. But engulfing candles that don't come at the end of a long downturn loses its impact as far as I'm concerned. I'm not sure it's really an engulfing. Let's take a look at the low of the day. 25,657, the low of the day before. 25,670. Yeah, it's definitely an engulfing. Okay, what does that mean? Well, though there are those who think it's going to go up just because of that candle. I don't, but doesn't mean it's not going up. It's got to take out the high back here. Actually, it has to take out the high over here of 26,241. It does that, we're in the clear to new highs, to new all-time highs. If it doesn't do that in the next couple of trading sessions, if it pulls below this double ruled line, I think we'll start seeing successive lows and a pullback. So it's still not perfectly clear despite the beautiful day we had today. It's still murky. The wet waters are murky, I'm telling you. They're murky. I would rather bet on it hitting the upper resistance line before it hits the lower one. But even if it hits the lower resistance, it might just bounce off of that to the lower support line. So we might see even a ping pong effect for a while. It could do a sideways type thing. It's a very interesting little juncture right now on the Dow. CYTK, some people ask me, what's a good entry point? Well, let's take a look. Not so sure entry is even warranted after the big red candle today. Kind of negated all the good news. I mean, the shorts have been playing this game for a long time with the biotech stocks. You buy the rumor and you sell the news, and you automatically make money that way, or so it seems. So that's exactly what happened. It gave back the entire gain plus. So I'm looking at probably a fill of the gap at a high of 860. So what do you do if and when it hits 860, do you buy then? That might be a good time to buy. I mean, if you want to go long, that looks like a decent time to buy. CVM. We spoke at great length about CYTK and Amgen and all of that yesterday. I want to move forward. CVM had been up. Had it been up even higher? I think so. I think it was up even higher today. Closed up. Let's see what it closed up. Oh, it didn't close up 10 cents, did it? Doesn't look it. Looks like it closed down. Let me just refresh that. Looks like it closed down a couple of cents. What did I say in the recap? Let me take a look. CVM down a nickel. There we go. CVM down a nickel. Okay, sometimes Yahoo tries to trick me, and sometimes it succeeds. It didn't trick me this time. So even though it's down a nickel, it's still straddling the outer support, the outer trend line of its channel. It broke through its channel to the upside. Great sign. And it's straddling that upper channel. So even though it was a weak day today, not that bad on the whole, not that bad. I mean, it made a new high for the day. So there's some positives to the candle today. Let's see what happens tomorrow. I suppose it could hug this from inside the channel again or from outside the channel. Doesn't seem to want to break away from this trend line, which is okay by me, as long as it keeps following that trend line, touching it. It's still in an upward short-term trend. So we want that. So not a terrible candle. Apple had a beautiful day today. It made you want to own some Apple. It made you feel silly if you sold it at 172, like somebody I know. Because even though it was going in the right direction, it was taking a long time to get there, said this person that I know. Okay, so yeah, I sold it, I don't know, right around here. Probably might have been that day on 213, who knows, about a month ago. And it took a while, but basically it started to go like up every day. And it looked like it was flattening out over here with the concavity of the curve. But it had a sensational day today to dispel any of that. So now it first looks like it's a rocket ship about to launch. So, I mean, it should pull back a little considering this green candle, but maybe by Monday it takes out 197.89 on its way to 210. So the next target is clearly 210 and then the all-time high. So if Apple leads the way and Amazon leads the way, the Dow clearly will follow. If the Dow stalls right in this area, so will Apple and Amazon, I believe. Apple and Amazon are clearly the market leaders once again. And I think the Dow's fate is the same fate as Apple and Amazon. Amarin. Amarin has been going down for the most part, just about every day for the last week or so. Let's take a look at the chart if it ever loads. Oh boy. Wonderful. There we go. Okay, so it made a nice run to up until March 5th, topping at 23.25. I wanted to see that go higher than that, bounce back. I thought we were going to get it here, and then it just collapsed, and now it's straddling the support line. But as long as it stays on touching that support line from either side, it's livable. If it breaks all contact with that support line and goes below the 50, that spells trouble. We're looking at support probably down around here, 1587. So, I mean, we might be looking at a big drop to the 15 area, this low here, 1555. That would be one big yucky poo, but it could happen. I want to see it stay in contact with this support line, a break of that support line, a break of the 50-day average. Trading on the other side of the 50-day, to me, translates to 1550 or lower. So very important that it, over the next couple of trading days, has a comeback. I'd like to see it trade back up to the $20 a share area. Biopath. We're really zipping along tonight. You know, I should really close some of the other charts. That helps sometimes. Got too many windows open. Biopath has loaded, and it was down another $3. Yucky poo. And I drew a couple of lines of horizontal lines where I think it may find support. One of them is already tested. The low of the day here, 1740. If you want to swing with this one to the upside, you go in at the open, let's say it's 1850, set the stop at 1730, and you're looking for a big move up back to the $26 area. That's a nice little swing trade. And who knows, this is such a volatile stock, you could get it. If you own this one and you're holding the bag, so to speak, as painful as it may be, you got to figure if it breaks through that 1740, that it's going to fill the gap more than likely at 1460. So the question is, do you hold it even if it breaks 1740? I don't have much left, so I'll probably just get rid of mine. But I don't know. I mean, I can't give investment advice. It's a tough decision. It's a tough call. I'm just sharing with you what I'm doing, but I don't have many shares. I have a fraction of what I started, what I bought earlier. Took most of my profits at higher numbers. So even what I have left represents a profit. So I very well may get rid of it if it goes below 1740. I might, on the other hand, add at the open, take a shot at what I just said, buying here, looking for 25, something like that. That would be a 7-point move, risking 2 points. Not even, risking 1850 to 17, risking, let's say, a point and a quarter. Those are great odds. Probably be a loser with it, but you never know. Let me click this one off, and hopefully Zine will load. Okay, so it was down a little, but it had a very nice run from the area of support to the area of resistance. There's a double top up here at 649. So be very careful, even though this is a nice candle for a red candle, considering the long shadow, I would still be careful. I mean, it looks like 649 and may even touch 649, which isn't enough to look for a swing trade. Maybe it is if you want to scalp. You buy at this level, get out at 1645 for a quick scalp of 30 pennies. Not my style of trading, but some people like that. When would I buy this? I'd probably buy it right about where the low of the day here, if I wanted to buy it. I would probably wait, I would wait for it to break out. Let it close, let it break this level, let it break the 649 level. Let it go 655. Then I'll be a buyer looking for 775. That's probably how I would play this one, if I play it. The next one was another request. This was a request by JD. He said, did I buy any yet? JD, I didn't buy any yet, but I have it on the back burner. SRNE, I don't remember who requested this, but it's been a runner. I hate chasing these things, but 565 looks like a quick profit if you get a pullback to any pullback, like to, let's say, this level here. What level is that? That would be the 427 level. Let's say 455 level. So you got to pull back to the 455 level. It's a good entry point. Looking for 565. Stop at 345. I love that trade. So if you get that pullback, I think it's a very good shot. On the other hand, if it breaks, if you don't trade it, and it breaks through here, then you could just buy it and look for new highs above 755. Okay, I think that does it for a tired Dr. J. It was nice chatting, nice going through some of these charts with you. But I am very tired. I got to go to sleep early tonight. Every time I say that, I wind up going to sleep at midnight. Let's see what happens tonight. So it was sort of an eventful Thursday. Let's see how Friday pans out. This has been Dr. J, streaming live from Long Island, New York, reminding you to subscribe to the channel, tell your friends about me, share the link, give me a thumbs up. Sayonara, shalom, au revoir, arrivederci, ciao. Hasta mañana.